This today we gathered for this press conference to tell something about our Learn and Earn scheme, which was started by Lupin in 2011, and recently we have completed our third batch graduation. And this is one of the CSR activity along with our HR has taken this initiative, and I am thankful to the HR people and also industry as enjoying the fruits of this Learn and Earn because of the skill developed in the industry ready available in the market, which were taken from the poverty.
But also is very well aligned and linked to our national skill development mission, which the government of India and our country is trying to do to improve the skill level of the talent pool that we have in this country. Okay, so happy to share and give you some details, and then we will open it up for question and answer, if you may like. And I have my colleagues who are here with me who can give more details as you wish. So Mr. Srinivas on my left is our site head for Goa. Mr. Srinivas Lu, who's on my right, is our senior HR executive who looks after, all the manufacturing facilities, is part of my team based in Mumbai. And please, we have Arnabi, who's here, who's sitting with all of you. She looks after the HR of our R&D in Pune and also two manufacturing sites where Goa is included. And Pooja. Pooja is our head of corporate communication who has organized this media interaction. So I request, even my colleagues to jump in if you may have any specific queries. But to give you some, bullet point in terms of how this program evolved and what we have achieved so far. So this program started in year 2011. And the way the program works is a very well-defined and a set scheme and a criteria. So we invite applications from underprivileged people who have done their 12, who have secured more than 50% mark in their 12, and are people who cannot afford further education because of various circumstances. So that's our target pool. Okay. Once we get those applications, there's a proper selection criteria which involves a written test, interview, and based on that selection, they make it to colleges with which we have a tie-up. Okay. Say for example, the Goa College of Pharmacy is one of them, and we have tried to do this at places where Lupin has its manufacturing facilities. So
in the cases, either the person is a carpenter, or he's a farmer, or he is having a small cycle shop. But the children, they have all the fire in the belly, all the aspirations and all the dreams to be able to pursue. But he is not able to afford in terms of a collegiate education. And also that after college, what is the guarantee that, after a simple degree, is he going to get a job? You better stay back and then you continue, start working with me. This is what happens in all our, typical rural background. So that is the consciousness with which Lupin as an organization, it went about. These are the people who need to be nurtured and captured, and you provide them an avenue. And we made the tie-up with the university. We brought the university here into the workplace, and you start working, you start learning, you get your graduation, and you also have an assurance of the job on completion, 100% assurance of the job on completion of this. And even when you are doing your, the learning during the 3 years of time, there's a full-fledged stipend that is given, a very fabulous one in terms of the standards. And we ensure that every child, they open their bank accounts. How do they make the remittance? In many of the cases, believe me, they are the breadwinners. In fact, they make those remittances back. We have had the instances when, for the first time, when they are going back for Diwali, or a Christmas, or a New Year time when they are going back, our people even guide them in terms, what do you take for your mother? They would like to have the ready talent pool at this point of time. as of yesterday, they always want, okay? But then we are able to take a step back and see, how do we look at this from a different perspective, okay? So that has been the,
Yeah, so answering your question, it's a journey. It will address the need. So, there's 2.3% skilled workforce available as per the national survey that you have seen, okay? Which is scary. No? It shows that when the survey was done in terms of what is the skill level required in an organization or by the industry versus what is available. So answer is all companies, all industries, almost all industries, barring a few. So whether it is information technology, whether it is pharmaceuticals, whether it is banking and financial services, they are all going through two challenges. One is India has an exponential growth, okay, compared to the other nations. So our industry is growing. So the talent and manpower required is really growing fast. But the second challenge is the nature of the job and the work is changing. And it's changing very, very fast. Okay, it is changing because of regulatory requirements, it's changing because of digitization, it is changing because of the manufacturing 4.0, okay? So you have to understand that there is a double effect that's happening on the industry and the companies that operate in that industry. So the National Skill Development Mission is all about that. It's all about, so when the National Skill Development Mission came, what I really liked about that was, so we have programs like, Make in India, we have programs like, so many other programs like Innovate in India, etc., right? But to do that, one of the biggest requirement is talent and skills of that talent. Now there have been very debatable and controversial surveys which have come out, right? Which say that, some of them say that almost 80% of the engineering graduates that pass out do not have the required skills to perform. And then a debate takes place, right? There's some people who agree with it, there's some people who strongly disagree with it, and that debate takes place. Now, I don't want to get into that debate, and I have never participated in that debate, but one thing I'll say is, the fact of life in any company that I have worked in, and most industries, when I talk to the other senior executives, they find when you recruit graduates, they do not have the skills fully to perform the job, right? And that was the point, that was one point that Srini alluded. But I have answered your question with the other 2 points. Answer is it's a journey. Will it help you to meet your talent need in a year, 2, 3, 4 years time? Well, it will ease it. But if you embark on this journey and if you are on this journey, you will be able to do it in the long term. I won't say you'll be able to do it fully in the medium and short term. But long term, this is the way to go.